Y'all get ready to get upset because we finna move on over into Twitch and his white wife and her diarrhea of the mouth over here down to the People magazine. The internet is upset, and I'm gonna let y'all hear what she had to say first, and then I'm gonna weigh in on this.
A moment I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much and he was hiding so much. And there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. But it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known.
Okay, so guys, what she's speaking in reference to is drugs, right? And I'm gonna take my time and let this story breathe. So, there are two schools of thought. And I can remember being a young child, and I'm sure some of y'all can relate to this, and this has always upset me somewhat about the Black community, just sometimes, not all times. We have this thing where we are very protective. We are very protective about sometimes people's causes of death. Like I've been related to situations where maybe somebody commits suicide or whatever, but the family will present it another way to the general public and write it up another way in the obituary. And I've always asked myself, who was that for? Was that for the deceased person, or was that to spare the family whatever shame and embarrassment that quite frankly isn't theirs to carry? Now, this created a lot of upset of people because they're like, legacy, she was wrong. She should have protected his legacy. There are even people who weighed in and said, she, some people are making it a race thing, saying, she's a white woman and she's jumping at the chance to tarnish this Black man's legacy. And he's got Black sons, and the legacy and the Black sons, and why not protect her children from this and all of that. And I really don't have an opinion on it one way or another as far as if I agree or disagree. Here is the first thing that I want to say about this. I think that Black women should stand down. And here is why I think that Black women should stand down. I think Black women historically have this thing, because you guys are nurturers, and some would argue that you're the mothers of the universe. You have this thing where you put a cape on and you save everybody because you guys are the only beings on this earth that are capable of loving everybody. And y'all have a tendency to love people even when they don't love you back in return. But if we are going to take the institution of marriage as serious as we say we do, then this is the woman, regardless of her skin color or how we feel about it. This is the woman who this man entrusted his life with. This is the woman who he chose. If he was not thinking about his legacy and the potential ramifications of his legacy as it related to this person, then who are we to give a damn? And it's funny because as I was going through the comments on social media, there were, a lot of women, Black women, upset, and they were the ones really chiming in. And I'm just like, y'all, he chose her. This who he loved. This who he picked. This who he trusted his whole life with. We don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. And maybe they had the type of relationship where this is the type of thing he would have wanted her to tell. I don't know, but neither do you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm leaving it at this. We won't worry about his kids. To hell with them kids. To hell with them damn kids. This is the woman he chose to procreate with. This is the woman who he chose to have those kids with. It ain't our job to protect them damn kids. It's her job, whether they black, white, purple, or terracotta colored. This is the woman he chose. Whether it's in life or posthumously, the onus is on him. He chose her. So no, he and his legacy has to deal with all of the fallout of his choice. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel no ways tired about his legacy. And if I'm being perfectly honest, outside of knowing him from So You Think You Could Dance, I kind of think Twitch was black like this and not like this anyway. He was never on my damn radar. I honestly feel no ways tired about Twitch, this lady, them children, or his damn legacy. I honestly don't understand why so many of y'all are so concerned about this lady coming out and saying she found drugs and he was doing them. Okay, that's the first thing. Secondly, there is a school of thought, and I lean more towards this than I do about lying and omitting things to save people's legacy. Guys, no matter how ugly it is, and no matter how uncomfortable it makes you, and no matter how it looks bad optically, it's the damn truth. Now, it's a truth we all could have did without, but us being able to do without the truth or not do without the truth is besides the damn point. You can't never get mad with the truth. You can't never get mad with the truth. Now, we can get mad with her motives. We can get mad with her timing. We can get mad with her delivery. We can get mad with a whole bunch of things. But at the very end of the day, y'all, we can't get mad with the truth if this is the damn truth. His ass was on drugs. His ass was doing drugs. And to be honest with you, you know, there is also a world where her heart is pure, and this is coming from, first of all, let me be clear here. He is dead. He is dead. There is no more harm that can be done to him. He is dead. Could it be possible that there is a world that in telling his full story, it helps somebody else live? And I'm just asking. And maybe that's her intent, and maybe that's her motive. And I think that a lot of people are getting upset because they're getting caught up in color. That's just what I think. I may be wrong. I don't know. I don't claim to know everything, but I'm going to be honest with you. Twitch never rang my bell like that. And I know I'm supposed to be my brother's keeper, but I honestly don't give a damn. They could have found rat poison in his damn jacket. I honestly don't give a damn because he's dead already. Okay. Candace Dillard Bassett, from formerly of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she chimed in, and y'all, she had something relatively valid to say. She said she could have easily taken this story to Essence or Ebony, where they care and would have been taken, and where care would have been taken to share such a tragically intimate story of a black man's plight against himself. Black men deal with stereotypes around mental health, drug use, alcohol abuse, and are stigmatized far more greatly for these issues. In my opinion, this is a haphazard and irresponsible way to bring awareness. Okay. I can agree with Candace, but the only thing that I would argue and push back to what Candace had to say is that you can't expect a privileged white woman to think like a black woman. Like, she's thinking from a white woman's lens. She probably don't even know what essence is. You got to understand, white people don't think like minorities. They are not forced in their everyday life like we are to do mental gymnastics to think about accommodating everyone around them because they are the majority. The magazine that she knows is People magazine. Case in point, I'll never forget when we were on Sister Circle. When we got ready to do Sister Circle, they broke our show in Variety magazine. Now, because I'm in the business, I know what Variety is, but I have never thumbed through the page of a Variety magazine. I've never read one. And I remember the white people in the office were so excited. They were so excited that the announcement of the Sister Circle talk show broke in Variety. And it was like, but y'all making a show for Black people and Black women in particular. And I remember, guys, one day in my memoir, I'm really going to write a story about all of the racial discomfort that I experienced working at Sister Circle. I'm just keeping that in the vault. But there are some very interesting stories that I can tell from my brief experience over at Sister Circle. But I remember when it broke in Variety, and I'm like, the audience that you are trying to reach does not read Variety magazine. Not to mention the audience that does read Variety magazine, they're going to see all 5 of our Black faces and turn the doggone page. And again, this speaks to the fact that white people never, ever, ever have to consider anyone outside of themselves. They never have to do that extra layer of thinking because they're always used to being accommodated and everything being tailored to them. I'm not making excuses for the lady. I'm just simply providing a little bit of context as to why she was sitting over there at People magazine and not Essence. Do y'all think that lady got a damn Essence magazine? Do y'all think she got an Essence magazine? And to be quite honest, because it doesn't ring the same bells as People, Variety, and all those other ones, quite frankly, she probably thinks Essence magazine is beneath her. She probably does. Her life does not require that she have to think about us. It doesn't. And last but not least, again, I don't feel no ways tired. Black men, your legacy is what you need to think about when you decide to go lay up and procreate with white women. His legacy is none of our concern. It's her, it's his. And if anything, quiet as it's kept, she should snap back at all of our Black asses and tell us to go to hell. And in the words of Mama D, kiss her anus ass. Mama D was on the phone with me last night. She said somebody could kiss her anus ass. That woman really could stand up and say, that's my goddamn husband. That's my goddamn husband. And y'all go kiss my anus ass. Okay? Because quiet as it's kept, she's got more claim over him than we do. So again, I'm not understanding why y'all over here feeling some type of way, because I don't feel no ways tired about her. He picked her. He got to deal with everything that come along with her ass in life and in death. You went over there, stay over there. And last but not least on this story, Twitch's family jumped in and basically called out the fact that she won't let the family see the kids. He wasn't an addict. He smoked weed and was actively trying to quit. He wasn't some junkie. And yeah, I don't give a F about an NDA. This crazy woman made me, his actual family, sign an NDA not just to attend the funeral. She's been trying to tarnish his legacy and refused to let the Boss family see the children, only to exploit and lie on my cousin. Now, here's the thing. I don't live with the man. You know, I'm in the business. I can maybe understand the NDA thing. I just know how Black people do. I know how we do when we don't want to believe the truth about our relatives, when we don't want to get into it with the in-laws, dogs. When we don't like the in-laws, so on and so forth. But again, and so somebody raised a very valid question. They said, and did Essence support him when he was alive? Naked Gold LLC, you're actually asking the wrong question, in my opinion. The question that you should be asking is, did he support Essence while he was alive? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to put it out here. I don't do well with whitewashed Black people. I don't do well with whitewashed Negroes. He was over there Tootsie rolling with Ellen. He went over there and picked that white woman. And in my mind, it registers as Danger Real Robinson. He was Black like this and not like this. In the words of our brother Al Sharpton, just because you my skin color don't make you my kind. Okay. And so again, y'all got y'all panties in a bunch up here over Twitch. And I really feel no ways tired, because what's going on right now is a direct reflection of the choices that he made in his spouse and who he chose to be to procreate with it. He wasn't mad when he married her. Y'all shouldn't be mad when she buried him. That's the reality of the situation, and we're gonna move right along and let that be that.